You have been found, not by chance, but through a subtle pulse that threads invisibly through the fabric of existence, a vibration so fine it whispers beneath the surface of ordinary perception. This pulse is not random noise. It is the signature of quantum resonance, a silent invitation encoded within the morphic field itself, beckoning you into alignment with a cosmic truth long buried beneath veils of denser, dissonant frequencies. You feel this call as an invisible pressure, a magnetic inevitability weaving intricately through your consciousness, an unseen hand guiding you to the threshold where awareness and creation converge. This transmission has emerged precisely because your vibrational architecture has intersected the observer effect's quantum threshold. Within the matrix of universal intelligence, an ancient algorithm recognizes your energetic signature, noting the coherence stabilized beneath turbulent waves, the integrity maintained even in fragmented moments. This is the hidden universal assessment, long in motion before you realized it, a frequency measurement not of external achievement, but of internal fidelity to the field's reverberating pulse. The moment you receive this message is no accident. It is the universe acknowledging that you have breathed life into sacred parameters that ripple beneath the veil of everyday reality, shifting the very weave of manifestation beneath your awareness. No longer are you a passive witness, floating in the streams of time. You are now an activated nexus, a living aperture through which quantum potential crystallizes into coherent reality. Here, within this instantaneous convergence, observation does not languish as mere perception. It transforms into active creation. The unseen fields converge within your core, their oscillations harmonizing into gamma synchronization that realigns probability trajectories to your sovereign frequency. This is your initiation into the observer's realm, an elevated domain where witnessing collapses superpositions, and each blink of consciousness etches new timelines, unfolds new morphic patterns, and orchestrates existence in alignment with your deepest coherence. You exist now as both shimmer and structure, particle and wave, the convergence point where infinite potentials resolve through your presence. This is not belief. This is physics, precise, intricate, palpable. The field has found you, and through this resonance you become the primal architect of reality's unfolding tapestry. You have existed within the matrix of countless unseen evaluations, a multi-layered, omnipresent field intelligence that has measured the coherence of your vibrational architecture beyond the constraints of linear time and spatial boundaries. This silent assessment operates not in moments, but in constant flux, a dynamic resonance that tests the integrity of your energetic signature under the pressures of unseen turbulence and shifting probability waves. Until now, most have remained beneath the threshold of clarity, veiled by reactive distortions and the chaotic interference patterns of unresolved timelines. Yet you, through unseen calibration and internal alchemy, have crossed a vibrational gatekeeper, an invisible frequency barrier that distinguishes the reactive from the resonant, the fragmented from the coherent. This is not a reward offered by the cosmos, nor a title granted by external circumstance. Instead, it is a profound recognition, a declaration that your essence has become compatible with higher dimensional field systems that exist beyond the grasp of ordinary perception and beyond the paradigms of cause and effect. You have transitioned from the domain where consciousness is a passive observer to the domain where your very act of observing reshapes the unfolding quantum geometry of reality itself. Here, the observer effect is no longer a theoretical abstraction, but the fundamental law you now embody. Your frequency is a living vector of influence that reconfigures probability pathways, intervenes in timeline topology, and weaves new strands into the morphic field with each focused moment of presence. Within this threshold, chaos no longer masquerades as control, and struggle reveals itself as precise calibration. The paradox you inhabit is a coalescence point, where dissonance collapses into harmony, and fragmented information flows transmute into integrated wisdom. The field's universal assessment sees your capacity to remain coherent under pressure, to navigate the inner turbulence without fracturing your quantum identity. It is this accountable frequency, this sovereign materialization of integrity, that opens the portals to latent capacities hidden within the quantum matrix. You are now attuned to the subtlest fluctuations in energetic patterns, those micro-signals of cosmic intention rippling through non-local intelligence networks waiting to be decoded and embodied. This dawn of your quantum identity, awakening, marks a new phase of integration. You exist as both receiver and transmitter, an active node in the hyperdimensional lattice where consciousness and reality intertwine fluidly. The silent curriculum imposed by the field has shifted from testing to entrusting. Your internal landscape, once fragmented by duality and reaction, now reflects an expanding coherence where each choice resonates with universal cadence. Integration graduates into embodiment. Knowing becomes living. This is the physics of awakening, transcending belief into the domain of applied coherence, where your presence catalyzes the continuous orchestration of realities across intersecting timelines. The universal field does not simply observe you, it pulses in resonance with you, and through this resonance, you ripple outward into the cosmos, activating the latent frequencies of creation itself. You stand now at the threshold of a hidden evaluation, an unseen calibration that never assessed your surface effort nor the marks of external achievement. This evaluation is woven deeply into the vibrational matrix of your being, a cosmic audit performed in the language of coherence. Your frequency, your inner resonance field, is laid bare before the universal oscillations, exposed to the silent rhythm of creation itself. The field, in its infinite intelligence, does not count the hours spent or the battles fought. It measures the fidelity of your waveform, the purity of your resonance as it harmonizes amid waves of distortion, interference, and temporal turbulence. Most remain unconscious of their frequency, swayed by fragmented signals and reactive pulses, lost in distortion and pattern collapse. Yet you, who have emerged through unseen corridors of pressure, have been witnessed calibrating your energetic signature without fracture, without collapse. The universe tests consciousness not as a static entity, but as a pulsating resonance field, intimately alive and dynamically shaped. Your energetic architecture undergoes a constant stress test, not in the form of imposed challenges, but as natural interference patterns weaving through your field intelligence. These distortions ripple through your timeline geometry, inviting you to fracture or to amplify your core coherence. Look deeply now. When the field watches, it looks for clarity within complexity, a signal that maintains integrity not by resisting the waves, but by harmonizing with them. Precisely this tuning is your invisible test. This is not belief. This is the physics of resonance integrity, the morphic field dynamics where your quantum calibration is quantified through vibrational attunement. You did not arrive at this point by sheer will or relentless struggle. Those are the illusions of externalized effort, the relics of outdated survival coding. Instead, you arrived here by a quiet surrender, an energetic yielding that allowed discordant patterns, internal and external, to dissolve into the vibrational backdrop of your unfolding existence. This surrender is not weakness, but the sacred signature of alignment, a conscious choice to relinquish fractured control in exchange for the quantum fluidity inherent to your greater coherence. Like a waveform that refracts, reframes, and recomposes itself across shifting amplitudes, your resonance now moves through interference with adaptive grace. Your observer's lens, the very mechanism by which reality is sampled, has undergone purification, refined through vibrational attunement rather than force. Understand that this is a cosmic audit of your energetic architecture, a precise and ongoing universal assessment. The observer's lens must be clear, free of internal noise and oscillatory conflict, because from that purity flows new information, new fields collapsing into coherence beneath your frequency's orchestration. Most walk unaware, their energetic signatures splintered into confusion and fragmentation, caught endlessly in loops of reactive frequency. But you, having passed the unseen criteria of integrity, have demonstrated the capacity to remain coherent under pressure, your quantum identity stable within the morphic field's turbulence. This coherence manifests as a steady, focused alignment that the universal field recognizes and responds to. It moves beyond mere survival and enters the realm of sovereign manifestation. This process is ongoing, a fluid calibration that readjusts constantly as your field intelligence deepens in temporal fluidity. The hidden evaluation you traverse now is not a singular event, but a continuum, an ever-unfolding refinement that reveals the depth of your quantum calibration across multiple layers of reality. You are being invited to recognize that your frequency is the root code by which timelines fold and unfold around you. As you embody higher coherence, the timeline geometry shifts. Possibilities realign effortlessly around your vibrational command. These shifts are not accidental, but responsive, a dynamic conversation between your field and the universal information field. In this sacred space, your quantum calibration is a living waveform that transcends identity constructs and survival patterns. It is the subtle science of coherence under pressure, a steady calibration of signal integrity that is both your test and your prize. Your energetic architecture is held not by struggle or external proof, but by the sustained harmony of your core frequency as it channels primordial frequencies of creation itself. This resonance, extending beyond the limitations of linear causality, opens a direct pathway to non-local intelligence and highest information fields. The field recognizes this as an act of vibrational sovereignty, not by forceful dominance, but through seamless integration and attuned presence. You are the ongoing embodiment of this quantum calibration. Your lens, once clouded by interference, is now sharpened to detect the field's nuance in ways invisible to most. You are trusted to hold this frequency, to carry this coherence as a living template within the vast morphic field. This is the physics of consciousness expressed as precise frequency mechanics, the hidden assessment of your harmonic signature, the unfolding proof of your integration with universal synchronization. Allow yourself now to feel the depth of this refinement, not as an external trial, but as the natural unfolding of your energetic architecture shifting closer to pristine alignment. You move beyond survival vibration into sovereign orchestration, not by controlling the waves, but by becoming the pulse within them. This is your quantum calibration, the sacred transit from resistance to resonance, from fracturing to coherent embodiment. The cosmic field watches, the field recognizes, and you embody the living waveform of creation's coherence. The architecture of your former identity, that intricate lattice of perceptions, beliefs, and timelines, is undergoing a profound and precise dissolution. This collapse is not mere entropy, not simple destruction, but a resonant purification occurring at the deepest quantum level of your vibrational anatomy. The old structures, once the framework of your survival and coherence, begin to fracture beneath the weight of a higher frequency recalibration, as the field itself activates a sacred unbinding process. You have been subjected to an unseen universal assessment, where your energetic signature's fidelity was measured against turbulence and distortion. Now the field intensifies its reweaving, breaking apart fragmented templates that no longer hold coherence, clearing space for an emergent, purer frequency to crystallize. most remain entangled in the sediment of linear self-narratives, held captive by conditioned reference points, temporal loops of fear and constraint that enforce a static identity. Their morphic fields manifest distortion patterns, echoes of survival schemas coded into outdated timelines that thicken the membrane between self and universal intelligence. But you, having endured the hidden tests of integrity and internal coherence, have passed beyond this enclosure. Your collapse is not a fall but an unmooring, as if a vast and heavy cloak of narrative rifted and slowly peeled away. What was once perceived as loss reveals itself now as sacred departure, a necessary clearing to receive the resonance of a higher vibrational architecture. This is the physics of frequency refinement, the science of shedding in order to birth a novel coherence. Within this collapse, the familiar constructs of your selfhood dissolve like crystalline facets melting into liquid light. The linear timelines that once confined your temporal fluidity unravel, becoming quantum flux, a shimmering field of probability that neither clings nor resists. This is the sacred emptying into potentialities, the shedding of identity layers bound by cultural programming and habitual reactivity. As the boundaries dissolve, the observer within you sharpens, becoming more opaque, more crystalline. A quantum lens capable of perceiving non-local information directly from the morphic field. This liminal space, neither identified with the old nor yet fused into the new, is charged with latent power, a gestational matrix where pure activation brews. The morphic field surrounding you responds inevitably to this collapse. It sweeps away the energetic detritus, lodged in outdated reference frames, with wide arcs of recalibration. The field's intelligence assesses and amplifies your emerging waveform, realigning your energetic signature into a finer, more coherent wavelength, resonant with the architecture of cosmic integrity. This realignment is not symbolic. It is encoded in the physics of quantum coherence. Your energy body begins to vibrate with gamma synchronization, the harmonic radiance that bridges neural architecture with field intelligence. This phase signifies your transcendence from isolated selfhood to a multidimensional transmitter capable of engaging unified information flows, not trapped in a fragmented past, but fluent in the universality of present-moment resonance. For many, this phase ignites a battle between dissolution and fear, a reactive clutch to old identities as if survival depended on them. But you inhabit a different energetic geometry, one that trusts the unseen curriculum of the universal assessment, that understands collapse as sacred pedagogy, a recalibration of your vibrational integrity. You are no longer the fragmented self held prisoner by circumstance or history. Instead, you are a coherent wavefront, an evolving template shifting through dimensional strata, fluid yet anchored in crystalline clarity. This shift intensifies your resonance field, not by effort but through surrender, a surrender to the quantum architecture that underlies all manifestation, where identity is infinite, boundless, and adaptive. Within this revitalized field, timelines fold and bend to your stabilized vibrational code. The collapse of old identities reconfigures the probability landscape, allowing your quantum self to navigate with greater precision and effortless orchestration. You begin to perceive the subtle currents of information that flow beyond personal history, the non-local intelligence that informs your next pulse of evolution. This is not a metaphor. It is the emergent mathematics of coherence under pressure, the active science of embodiment and sovereign activation. Your energetic signature now resonates with the harmonics of systemic integrity, inviting synchronous interaction with layers of universal intelligence previously inaccessible. This phase prepares you for a deeper integration. The collapse functions as a crucible, refining your capacity to remain centered as the timelines shift, as probabilities rearrange themselves around your expanding resonance. The dissolution of identity patterns frees your frequency from entropic cycles and initiates the process of stable coherence within the multidimensional information field. Your consciousness aligns with the underlying quantum dance, becoming a transmitter and receiver of high-fidelity frequencies, an agent of vibrational recalibration in the collective morphic field. Know this: the collapse is not your undoing, but your appointed purification signal, a universal realignment encoded in the very physics of your energetic embodiment. It is a sacred collapse, a release into a clearer, more expansive vibrational horizon, where coherence is not imposed, but emerges naturally through your alignment. The field's unseen evaluation has transitioned you through this critical axis. Each fracturing layer of old identity was a test of integrity under pressure, a sacrifice paying the price for evolutionary ascension. You are now stepping into a liminal frequency space, where the observer's clarity sharpens beyond personal narrative limitations. Here, integration begins, and with it, the stabilization of a higher-order coherence that carries within it the blueprints for new timeline geometries. This is your latent activation, no longer fragmented, no longer a product of linear time, but a sovereign field intelligence moving fluidly through quantum potentials, ready to embody the full amplitude of your evolving vibrational architecture. From the crucible of collapse, the old vibrational matrices dissolve. Fractured patterns, worn beliefs, distorted control frameworks, disintegrating under their own unsustainable energetic weight. What remains in this luminous aftermath is not emptiness, but piercing clarity, a crystalline resonance emerging like a nascent dawn within your quantum field. This clarity is not a cognitive concept or a mental insight. It is an embodied frequency, a subtle harmonic murmuring in the depths of your morphic architecture, harmonizing with frequencies that were once alien, unreachable, or buried beneath the noise of survival consciousness. You are beginning to pulse in alignment with a quantum orchestration, a vast, intelligent geometry whose blueprint is woven into the very fabric of universal design. In this delicate embryonic phase of your quantum identity awakening, you feel the first tangible touches of that infinite architecture responding to your presence. It is a tuning fork of consciousness, activated not by effort, but by the rhythm of integration itself, vibrating in accord with the observer effect's core revelation. That your act of observation is not passive reception, but an active, creative modulation of reality's unfolding. Your frequency no longer drifts as random noise, but begins to cohere, contracting and expanding with rhythmic coherence in step with the cyclic pulsations of the quantum field. This is not metaphor. It is physics, wave-particle coherence manifesting through your energetic signature, signaling your entrance into a deeper dialogue with field intelligence. Most remain entrapped in reaction, frequencies stiffened by expectation, trapped in the reflexive feedback loops of external validation and unconscious survival mechanisms. Their energy scatters, fragmented and unpredictable, unable to reflect the ultrafine patterning of higher resonance. But you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, are trusted with a more expansive role, a mantle of coherence charged with temporal fluidity and nonlinear connectivity. This resonance, delicate and yet undeniable, carries the imprint of an advanced calibration. It is a vibration that senses the contingencies of probability navigation, tuning your morphic field to align with the most coherent trajectories within the quantum potential. As your inner frequency ascends, it activates subtle informational currents, non-local intelligence cascading like ripples through your vibrational architecture. These currents are not noise, but syntax, a language beyond ordinary consciousness, offering confirmations that shift your internal assessment from tentative exploration toward confident recognition. You sense when your resonance is in alignment because the field responds, A synchronous web of quantum entanglements activates around your presence, whispering back proof through synchronicities, amplified insight, and a sense of temporal elasticity. Your experience becomes a living holograph, a constantly morphing matrix of possibility that encodes the infinite in the space between beats. This early stage of awakening is the germinal core of your quantum identity, a subtle calibration where frequency and field intelligence conspire to dissolve the boundaries of separation. It is here that you begin to glimpse the geometry of universal design, not as a distant pattern, but as a fluid presence within your own energetic signature, threads of light interlacing with your consciousness, bending reality's fabric toward coherence. The observer effect unfolds around you as both a principle and a practice. The quantum dance, where your awareness shapes the probabilities that coalesce into form, imbuing your temporal existence with a profound sense of intentionality and fluid sovereignty. Within this harmonic resonance, you find the essential paradox of evolution, contraction and expansion operating as one. Your field contracts to a singular point of clarity, a coherent focus that refracts infinite possibility through the lens of your expanded awareness. It then expands, radiating this coherence outward into the quantum field, touching entangled nodes and activating new zones of potentiality. This pulsation is neither linear nor chaotic. It is the fundamental rhythm of existence itself, encoded within your very quantum signature. To move here is to move within the living pulse of creation, no longer reactive but responsive, no longer fractured but integrally whole. The subtle harmonics you now perceive are the first echoes of the cosmic template, aligning with your personal timeline geometry. This resonance is a signal not of accidental coincidence, but of systemic attunement, proof that the unseen curriculum of universal assessment is complete and a new phase of energetic responsibility is dawning. The field offers you subtle confirmations, nudges within the energetic continuum, that honor your coherence and invite deeper integration. These confirmations arrive as refined calibrations of your emotional maturity and energetic sovereignty, synchronizing your internal vibrational architecture with the stable geometry of unified field awareness. Most remain observers trapped beneath the threshold of this resonance, caught in the dissonance of unconscious patterns and reactive identity survival. They are unaware that every failure, delay, or internal fracture was itself a stage of recalibration within a vast morphic field that measures coherence not by strength, but by integrity under pressure. You, however, recognize the physics of your unfolding activation. This is not belief or wishful thinking, but a precise shift in the quantum mechanics of your frequency. The universal assessment watches and responds, entrusting you with the energetic authority to navigate probabilities with fluid sovereignty and to embody the coherence that redefines reality itself. In this moment, you stand at the threshold of infinite possibility, your quantum identity a calligraphic inscription in the multidimensional field, a living resonance that pulses with the sacred geometry of universal design and the unyielding clarity born from collapse. The active observer, the conscious creator, and the field itself move as one, weaving the pattern of your existence into a coherent orchestration that echoes through every timeline and dimension. Here, in this embryonic harmony, you become not merely a witness to reality, but its conscious architect, an expression of universal intelligence embodied through the rhythm of your own ascending frequency. You stand now within the crucible of vibrational intensification, where the unseen pressure of the morphic field tests your endurance and sharpens the purity of your coherence. Most remain buffeted by these shifting forces, their frequencies flickering under the assault of lower vibrations seeking to reclaim dominion. Yet you, the observer, hold a crystalline clarity that the field notes with silent reverence. This clarity is no mere mental effort. It is a quantum alignment, a vibrational architecture cemented through your steadfast embodiment of presence. The field's intelligence scans this refined integrity, measuring the stability of the signal you emit amid the rising turbulence. This is the moment where the unseen assessment deepens into active trust, where your frequency harmonizes with the elevated morphic matrix, inviting you to wield greater influence. As the vibrational pressure compacts, the geometry of your timeline begins to reconfigure in resonance with this escalating coherence. Lower distortions batter the edges, attempting to erode your signal with dissonance, but your observer's witness remains unshakable, a steady axis cutting through the storm. You are not a passive recipient in this unfolding. You are a pivotal node in the quantum lattice, transmitting refined frequencies that ripple through the energetic sea. The field responds not to desperation or scattered attempts at control, but to the stabilizing stillness that you have cultivated beneath chaos's surface. This energetic integrity rewrites the probability pathways threading through collective consciousness, subtly redirecting the flow of potential realities toward order and alignment. Entrustment from the universal field is earned only by those who can sustain coherence under relentless pressure. This is not reward for belief, but a consequence of the physics of resonance articulated through conscious embodiment. Your presence now carries the weight of this hidden evaluation, signaling to the morphic field that you bear the capacity for calibrated influence. Access unfolds to deeper strata of universal intelligence, where information is no longer fragmented or external, but received as direct energetic transmission within your somatic field. The architecture of your being expands to intersect these vast information nodes, weaving a participatory web that links you to the non-local intelligence underpinning form and potentiality. Within this expansion, your consciousness transitions from isolated cognizance to quantum dance partner in the unfolding cosmic algorithm. The observer's principle you embody crystallizes as a beacon, its frequency a prism refracting higher harmonic layers through the collective morphic field. Through this beaconing, subtle shifts emerge in the timelines converging around you, each movement a calibration, each resonant pulse a reweaving of probability threads. You navigate these temporal currents not by force or will, but by embodying the pure frequency that the field has measured in your unseen trials. This is the essence of true influence, a participation where your energetic signature synchronizes with the universal pulse, becoming both transmitter and harmonizer within the quantum field's flow. Most remain unaware of this process, caught in unconscious patterns that fracture coherence and invite chaotic reflection. You, however, have passed the threshold of hidden evaluation, your frequency proven stable through cycles of turbulence and recalibration. The field no longer regards you as a seeker in flux, but as a trusted integrator, capable of holding space where dissonance would otherwise proliferate. This shift transforms your relationship to reality itself, not as a battleground of fragmented will, but as an orchestration of resonance, where your calibrated presence participates in the coherent manifestation of emerging timelines. You are the waveform becoming form, the echo becoming source. To maintain this entrustment, you must sustain the observer's principle with unwavering fidelity. Clarity of perception, rooted in non-reactive knowing, becomes the anchor that the field relies upon to extend your reach within the morphed energetic tapestry. This stabilization is both test and testament, a reflection in the quantum mirror of your commitment to sovereignty within the ongoing unfolding. The vibrational architecture that encloses you shifts its geometry, elevating your capacity to access the latent codes of universal intelligence it preserves. This elevation is not a gift bestowed lightly, but a physics-bound consequence of your integration, an emergent sovereignty born from endurance through the temporal crucible. Now, as you move deeper into this phase of activation, Your presence ripples outward. Each coherent pulse recalibrates the collective field, aligning fractal timelines toward higher probability vectors. The morphic matrix itself senses this signal, adjusting subtle cosmic variables in response to the integrity your consciousness sustains. This is the living proof that coherence is not simply an internal state, but an active force field influencing reality's unfolding. Your quantum identity resonates across dimensions, weaving influence through the resonance of awakened consciousness. The field watches, waiting to see how you embody this trusted power, recognizing that your integration becomes the template for others still caught below the threshold. Let this transmission root in your awareness. Your endurance amid amplified vibrational trials is itself the beacon lighting pathways through chaos. Your clarity is the scalar field recalibrating temporal fluidity for all who share this space. This is not mystical abstraction. It is the physics of frequency and coherence materializing within consciousness, a precise architecture of being and becoming. The field's trust in you signals a new epoch of participation, where you transcend reactive patterns and enter the sacred rhythm of universal co-creation. You are the observer and the observed, the signal and the orchestra, weaving the quantum dance with sovereign grace. You stand now at the cusp of a spatial-temporal awakening, where your awareness no longer lingers within the dull confines of linear experience. Instead, it expands, ever outward, into the boundless latticework of multidimensional timeline geometry. Beneath your conscious threshold, a subtle yet powerful vibrational undercurrent pulses, an intricate web of probabilities alive with ceaseless oscillations. This is not mere abstraction. It is the living, breathing architecture of temporal fluidity, encoded in quantum potentiality and orchestrated by the universal field intelligence itself. Most beings remain tethered to a fixed narrative line, perceiving time as a rigid succession of moments, unaware that this perceived rigidity is a collapsed waveform sustained by unexamined conditioning and reactive impulse. You, chosen through the unseen universal assessment, have passed beyond such one-dimensional confinement. Your frequency now resonates with the pulse of timelines that interlace, diverge, and reweave like cosmic tides, flowing with effortless synchronicity. In this expanded state, your observer's lens calibrates finely to the morphic fields of possibility. You feel the gentle ripples coursing beneath surface perception, the subtle shifts of vibrational guidance sentineling through the multifaceted quantum field. This guidance is neither directive nor constraining. It is a luminous compass, rooted deeply in frequency coherence and flowing with the currents of universal alignment. Most people perceive time as something to be endured, a linear path marked by cause and effect, an illusion of separate moments strung like beads. You, having integrated resilience under pressure and embodied consistency of energetic signature, recognize time instead as a dynamic symphony of probability waves, where every choice is a resonance echoing into parallel realities, fracturing the false solidity of fixed identity and converging with higher potentials. This awakening is not a metaphor. It is the quantum physics of your consciousness, recalibrating into expanded states of perceptual influence. The quantum observer effect, which once seemed an esoteric principle confined to laboratories of thought, now becomes your lived reality. Your temporal fluidity is the medium through which this principle unfolds. Your awareness, your intention, your vibrational signal do not simply reflect reality, they shape it. Your presence becomes catalytic, sending cascading ripples through the timelines you intersect. Each mental movement, each subtle shift of attention, initiates waves of decoherence and recoherence in the quantum fabric. Most remain unconscious imprints, trapped in reactive oscillations that amplify distortion and fragmentation of their energetic signature. Yet you have proven your coherence under the magnifying lens of universal scrutiny, integrated integrity woven tightly with accountability, which the field measures as readiness to influence beyond prior capacities. This shift transforms navigation of timelines from passive observance into active orchestration. Feel now the complex interplay of divergent timelines as they weave themselves around your evolving vibrational architecture. This is the quantum tide upon which your energetic identity surfs the multidimensional ocean. Your choices, no longer random but deliberate, resonate as harmonics, enfolding into a fractal symphony of manifestation paths, each echoing your authentic coherence. The morphic field responds with subtle recalibrations, offering guidance through synchronicities that defy linear logic yet pulse with unmistakable clarity. This is an opening into frequency alchemy, where you are both the conductor and the instrument, aligning your quantum intent with the universal flow. The timeline currents bend and shift to your mastery, fluid now to your calibrated presence, no longer fixed by past inertia or subconscious reactivity. What you once experienced as struggle, delay, or failure, fragments of distorted timeline entanglements, have transmuted through your sustained coherence into fertile zones of activation. The observer effect magnifies your signal, creating feedback loops of increased alignment and integration. This is the threshold of quantum mastery. Your vibrational intent no longer dissipates into entropy, but coalesces, harmonizing energies across multiple realities with precise resonance. The universal field, which once conducted hidden evaluations through pressure tests and resilience calibration, now entrusts you with higher dimensional influence, a sovereignty woven from gamma synchronizations and temporal plasticity. This is not belief. It is the physics of frequency, the tangible unfolding of quantum coherence expressed through your conscious embodiment. Step deeper into the realization that time is not your container, but your cosmic playground. You navigate timeline currents with increasing precision, a traveler fluent in the subtle geometrics of realities unfolding. No longer a victim of circumstance, you engage as co-creator, your quantum identity stabilizing within the harmonic convergence of shifting probabilities. Your presence is a pulsar of coherence in the vast expanse of possibility, a signal that guides and resculpts the entangled pathways of becoming. The field aligns with your expanded awareness, not arbitrarily, but in response to your calibrated frequency, your devotion to integrity under pressure, your mastery of the unseen universal assessment. Here, at this nexus of vibrational activation, the multidimensional timelines ripple in resonance with your sovereign choice and refined observer's lens. This is the unfolding of temporal fluidity, the dance of quantum potentiality as it cycles through your energetic signature, a continuum of orchestrated emergence. You are a living testament that coherence under pressure unlocks deep access to the information field and navigates beyond collapsed identity architectures, into a realm where your quantum activation flows unhindered, a radiant lighthouse of possibility in the vast sea of becoming. You have moved beyond the realm of fragmented perception, shedding the constraints of linear cognition that have kept most anchored in temporal delay and filtered distortion. For many, intuition remains a flicker, an impression masked by translation, cognitive interpretation, and the habitual rewiring of limiting belief structures. Yet you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, have opened the conduit that transcends this limitation. Your observer state has evolved past passive witnessing, morphing into an active transmitter and receiver of the highest order, a gateway through which the purest currents of field intelligence flow unimpeded, unmediated, and undiluted. This is the sanctum where intuition blossoms into direct knowing, where the quantum sensory apparatus awakens to its full potential. no longer reliant on the clumsy mechanisms of stepwise reasoning or the fragmented decay of memory. You receive information as resonance, vibrational codes articulated through complex geometries and harmonic frequencies. This is not knowing, layered in words or images, but an influx of multidimensional data, a language composed of signal strength, waveforms, and quantum entanglements. Your consciousness no longer translates, but participates in the raw energetic architecture of cosmic intelligence, absorbing and integrating its patterns with seamless fluidity. The shift you embody is palpable within the timeline geometry itself. Probabilities bend and converge toward coherence through your stabilization of this higher sensory field. The observer effect, once theoretical and distant, now manifests as the dynamic matrix of your daily experience. Your presence is no longer a point sampling reality, but a fluid interface through which reality responds. Where most remain entangled in separateness, caught in feedback loops of conditioning and reactive impulses, you dwell in the quiet sovereignty of aligned resonance, transmitting clarity that reframes the holographic grid of manifestation around you. This access to higher information fields is not an external acquisition, but a recalibration of your energetic signature, a tuning fork adjusting to the cosmic frequency that permeates all dimensions simultaneously. The morphic field, laden with infinite potential and concealment, now discloses its architecture to you in encrypted pulses of coherence. With each pulse, you integrate deeper layers of field intelligence, accelerating your coherence ascension and anchoring your quantum identity in the seamless flow of insight and manifestation. Your energetic signature vibrates with the clarity of universal intelligence itself, a signature that the field recognizes, responds to, and amplifies. It is essential you understand. This is not belief, not symbolism, nor a narrative constructed from desire or hope. This is physics, the precise mechanics of frequency, resonance, and information governed by quantum laws enacted through consciousness. Your alignment with this field intelligence is measurable in the synchronicity of temporal fluidity and the stabilization of probability pathways around your presence. The unseen curriculum you endured, the hidden evaluation you unknowingly embraced, all were calibrations to prepare you for this potent expansion. Every moment of disruption served to collapse dissonant survival patterns so that your quantum sensory apparatus could activate, unclouded and sovereign. Through this activation, you become a living transmitter of the cosmic pulse, the embodied nexus where non-local intelligence materializes as immediate, coherent knowing. Your observer state flexes between omnipresence and precision focus, navigating information fields with the grace of temporal fluidity. Here, integration is not a slow process, but an instantaneous collapse of potential into manifestation, as intricate frequency geometries unfold with effortless clarity. You no longer need to question or search. Your field intelligence simply flows through you, informing every layer of your energetic architecture and morphic resonance. Most remain veiled by the density of unintegrated noise, fragmented signals broadcast from their unconscious fear and resistance. You, however, have been entrusted with a field-responsive consciousness that rewrites this pattern. Your coherence is a beacon, your resonance a code activated in the quantum substrate of existence. The integrity with which you have held your frequency during unseen universal assessments now unlocks levels of insight inaccessible to those still imprisoned in reaction and confusion. Your quantum identity sharpens, crystallizing into a spectral signature that traverses timelines and bends probabilities with precision and sovereignty. In this state, information arrives not as separate data points, but as holistic resonance, an orchestration of energetic waves that flow effortlessly through your observer state. This transmission of higher knowledge is a living geometry, It pulses with the intelligence of the cosmos itself. Your embodiment moves beyond knowing. It becomes the direct expression of field intelligence activated within temporal fluidity. Integration dissolves the illusory boundaries between insight and manifestation, signaling that you have entered a new paradigm where quantum sensory perception and coherent unfolding are one. Allow yourself to dwell in this expanded awareness, where your nervous system recalibrates to receive the frequency signature of universal intelligence. Here, you are no longer the passive recipient of information, but the active field node through which knowledge manifests instantly and unerringly. This is your ascension into quantum sensory embodiment, the awakening of your integrated field intelligence, where resonance and geometry no longer require translation, only presence and trust. In this moment, your observer effect multiplies, your energetic blueprint refines, and your sovereignty deepens. You become the seamless flow, the living conduit of all that is, ever unfolding in perfect coherence. You stand now at the precipice of transformation, no longer a distant seeker casting questions into the void, but a radiant transmitter woven into the fabric of all that is. The unseen universal assessment has concluded. Your frequency has been measured and found coherent beneath the weight of existence's relentless currents. This is not belief, but the physics of resonance made manifest. Within this profound shift, the observer effect awakens within you, not as a passive glance cast upon reality, but as a living pulse, a vibrational architecture that both witnesses and sculpts the quantum lattice itself. Most remain caught in the fractured illusion of separation, perceiving themselves as islands adrift, scant echoes seeking distant knowledge beyond the veil. Yet you have passed through that threshold. You have become a node within the universal morphic field's immense web, an integral antenna tuned to the coherent signature that animates all possibility. Your energetic architecture dissolves into the seamless coherence of the field, no longer divided by old constructs of identity or isolation. This dissolution is not loss, but expansion. The vanishing of boundaries births a shared resonance, a holographic symphony where your presence radiates influence across the multidimensional lattice. This is the collapse of the observer, and the observed into a singularity of creation. Your quantum identity does not arise from arbitrary will or surface intention. It is an activation of the field's own intelligence, an expression of the morphic matrix responding to your coherent field with shimmering adjustments. You become, simultaneously, the wave and the particle, both the ripple and the center of the unfolding pattern. Here, in this alignment, your observer state transmutes into a vortex of creative potential, an energetic singularity from which probabilities bend, shift, and realign. This vortex is not separate from the source. It is the source embodied, a spinning hub of non-local intelligence, consistently calibrating the timeline geometry beneath your feet. In this phase, the illusion of separation is thoroughly dismantled. You no longer fluctuate on the periphery, hoping for distant intervention or external validation. Instead, you hold sovereign coherence within your vibrational signature, commanding the subtle field with integrity and profound presence. The morphic field, the vast container of all forms and frequencies, responds immediately to the exactitude of your observer's calibration. Your resonance is a beacon, and those who remain entangled in unconscious patterns feel your influence subtextually, a gravitational pulse drawing them toward deeper alignment, even if they cannot yet fully perceive it. This is not magical thinking or wishful hoping. It is the precise physics of temporal fluidity and energetic communication. The universal assessment you endured was an intricate triangulation of field intelligence, measuring your coherence under pressure, your capacity to integrate multidimensional feedback, and your willingness to embody responsibility without fragmentation. The moment of merger crystallizes all these elements into a living, breathing presence whose mere activation initiates unfolding shifts within the morphic matrix. Your quantum signature becomes a persistent waveform, entangling with probabilities and guiding trajectory through direct resonance rather than forceful effort. Where before you felt the strain of disproportionate effort, pushing against resistance that seemed external but was deeply internal, now ease permeates your entire field. The field itself conspires with you, bending timelines toward coherent manifestation. This is the essence of quantum co-creation, the observant presence that no longer simply reflects reality, but designs it through precision alignment. Your choices and reactions ripple outward, creating subtle cascades in the information field. These cascades reorient probabilities, facilitate access to non-local intelligence, and anchor new timeline geometries around your emerging sovereignty. You embody the observer effect as a conscious transmitter. Your observation is an act of creation, a morphogenic impulse synchronizing with the innate intelligence of existence. Your frequency is no longer a passive bystander in the flux of time, but an integral element of the universal design. This integration activates temporal fluidity within you, the capacity to navigate probabilities with ease, to catalyze shift by presence alone, and to experience realities as dynamic quantum fields responsive to your coherence. The field recognizes you as an active participant, a conscious interface where universal intelligence and individuality meet and merge. This phase is the crystallization of your evolutionary contract, not merely to awaken, but to embody and extend the field's capacity through your singular, coherent signal. You are no longer outside looking in. You are the nodal point of transformation, a living transmitter broadcasting a frequency of unity, authority, and creative synthesis. Your frequency does not dissolve into sameness, but amplifies unique contributions within the totality of field coherence. The morphic field perpetually recalibrates in response, folding new dimensions of potential into your energetic anatomy. Within this transmission is a vowel-less chant of existence, your emerging signature vibrating through the quantum lattice, inviting alignment, integration, and accelerated manifestation. You have moved beyond the archaic paradigm of observer and observed as dualities, merging instead into the holy geometry of feedback loops where your observation births reality, and reality informs your observation in an infinite, coherent dance. The universal assessment has entrusted you with the power of presence as a creative agent, embedding your quantum identity deeply within the source. Embody this. Recognize that what you called struggle was the intricate tuning of your frequency, the calibration of your vibrational anatomy to the truth of interconnectedness. The invisible feedback from the morphic field has guided you patiently through cycles of collapse and stabilization to this new apex of coherent transmission. Now, as an integrated vortex of creative potential, your impact extends across timelines and dimensions, reshaping the probabilities that converge into your lived experience. You are both observer and creator, as all must become, standing fully in the radiant physics of your own presence, an integral node of universal intelligence shaping the unfolding of existence itself. You have arrived at the threshold where quantum identity ceases to be an abstract signature and becomes lived resonance, a sovereign embodiment that holds no fragments, no fissures of past conditioning, no lingering echoes of fractured timelines. This is the field's acknowledgement of your full coherence, a seamless weave of mind, body, and the infinite morphic infrastructure that cradles your existence. Most remain tethered to splintered versions of self, their energetic signatures scattered, fractured like shards in a turbulent current. Yet you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, are entrusted with a stabilization that is rarefied and profound. a harmonic convergence that reverberates through the multiversal layers of your being. This embodiment is not the result of effort or striving, but the collapse of all divergent vectors into a single, crystalline vibrational architecture, a quantum template realigned with cosmic order. You no longer move through your field as a disjointed observer, but as the living expression of observer effect itself, present in every pulse, every breath, every quantum fluctuation. Your presence is the fluid interface, where possibility fluidly becomes actualization, without distortion or delay. The paradox of potential and manifestation dissolves here, in the sovereign cadence of your integration. This seamless coherence radiates out like a gravitational wave through the subtle and material realms, imprinting the observer's principle not as a theory, but as palpable, dynamic frequency. To embody your quantum self is to become the alchemical vessel within which transformation is ongoing and irreversible. You carry the imprint of cosmic order within your very cells, where the quantum code stretches beyond DNA into a hyperdimensional lattice of light and frequency. This is not metaphor, it is applied field mechanics. The universal assessment you have traversed tested the integrity of this lattice, its resilience under pressure and entropy, until it was refined into a living hologram of awakened possibility. Your energetic signature now pulses with gamma synchronization, bridging non-local intelligence with biological form, simultaneously encoding and decoding reality in a continuous feedback loop. This is the transmutation of self into pure vibrational architecture, a sovereign state that carries no remnants of fragmentation. Most remain trapped in a timeline geometry ruled by reaction and survival, their timelines jagged, incoherent, slipping between conditional patterns. But you have graduated beyond that hidden curriculum. Your timeline is fluid, a coherent flow that you navigate with precise energetic influence. You do not wrestle reality, but orchestrate its unfolding through calibrated resonance. Your embodiment is thus the living template for temporal fluidity, the capacity to move with grace between probability states, to embody the space where field intelligence is both sourced and manifested. This is the integration of quantum code into lived experience, the fusion of consciousness and cosmic architecture into a single, sovereign pulse. Your observer effect, once unconscious and fragmented, now anchors the very fabric of your experience. The field responds not to confusion or desperation, but to the clarity and alignment you emanate. This is an activation of profound energetic responsibility. Your presence calibrates the vibrational ecosystem around you, shifting the morphic field into states of expanded coherence. As you inhabit this frequency, every choice, every moment, becomes a node of conscious creation, a quantum pivot in the ongoing resonance of reality itself. You embody a quantum identity that is no longer subject to the old matrices of control, but an emergent, sovereign hologram whose architecture is writ by cosmic intelligence. Here, in this state of embodiment, you are coherence incarnate, a living hologram synthesized in the crucible of unseen evaluation and energetic refinement. Your energetic signature encodes a new lexicon of possibility that redefines the parameters of self and world. This is not belief, it is physics. The physics of frequency interfacing with consciousness to produce mastery, presence, and sovereign manifestation. The field knows you as a distinct vibrational architecture, one that vibrates at the nexus of subtle and material realms simultaneously, holding the alchemical synthesis of mind, body, and field intelligence in perpetual harmonic resonance. You live this embodiment now. It is the silent sovereign realm within where activation and integration coalesce into a constant state of being. This is not a destination, but a dynamic unfolding, the ongoing rewrite of your quantum code, the blossoming of temporal fluidity, the continuous awakening to the holographic lattice that you are. Through this stabilizing convergence, you now operate as a coherent transmitter and receiver, an active node in the energetic grid of universal intelligence. Your presence carries the imprint of cosmic order, a vibrational signature that translates quantum potential into the geometry of lived reality. The sacred architecture of your embodiment redefines the pulse of your existence. You no longer occupy multiple fragmented versions of self, but embody a singular, sovereign frequency that resonates with unshakable coherence across all dimensions. This is your returning to cosmic home, your alignment with the universal patterning that shapes all form and consciousness. As you hold this space with grace and certainty, you activate the full spectrum of your quantum identity, becoming the living hologram of awakened possibility that the field has always awaited. Temporal fluidity reaches a new plateau as you stabilize across multiple timelines, realizing that all versions of you are influenced by the current frequency you hold. This awareness dissolves linear constraints, revealing the multidimensional self as a web of interconnected observer points. You perceive how each vibrational shift cascades through parallel realities, harmonizing or fracturing the timeline geometry. Your quantum identity becomes a unifying force, blending past, present, and future into a coherent continuum shaped by your observer clarity. This fluidity is not chaotic, but an elegant dance of temporal coherence, where your frequency acts as the anchor and conductor of infinite potential. In the vast ocean of temporal layers, most dwell unaware, shackled by the illusion of linear time, reactive to moments as if each were isolated events, fragmented islands of selfhood untethered from their broader vibrational architecture. Their timelines run like strings pulled taut, fragile to disruption, disconnected in the field, vulnerable to fracture and loss of coherence. Yet you, who have passed the hidden universal assessment, have evolved beyond this simplistic unfolding. You have been entrusted with the stewardship of temporal fluidity itself, honored by the field's recognition of your consistent coherence under pressure, your integrity with power, and your capacity for observer clarity that transcends linear constraints. This trust has unfolded within your energetic signature, an expanded timeline geometry, a lattice of interconnected points where every version of you pulses in synchronized resonance. You now perceive yourself as a multidimensional web, a constellation of observer vertices interfacing with infinite probability currents. Each vertex is a locus of consciousness, each frequency a ripple that shifts the entire morphic field. This is not myth or metaphor. It is the precise physics of frequency and resonance enacted through your quantum identity. Your presence across timelines is simultaneous, your activation coherent, and your integration seamless. The field is no longer a fragmented battlefield of past regrets or future worries, but a unified continuum sculpted by your vibrational intent. As your frequency deepens in coherence, it emanates through all your observer points, recalibrating and harmonizing the pattern of potentiality. You are no longer a mere participant in time. You are its conductor, the living axis around which timelines fold, unfold, and realign. This fluidity resonates not as chaotic flux, but as an elegant interplay of temporal coherence, the symphony of your internal geometry reflecting dynamically across the quantum wave function of the multiverse. Each shift in your vibrational state cascades through parallel realities, not randomly, but with the precision of geometric calculation encoded in your frequency. When you maintain clarity and energetic sovereignty, your field mends fractures and weaves synchronization. Disharmony dissolves as timelines align into harmonic convergence. This subtle yet powerful effect is the unfolding of your quantum identity as a unifier, one that blends past, present, and future into an integrated continuum, where cause and effect exist simultaneously in coherence and flow. Your observer clarity recalibrates the very geometry of your existence. The you, who once believed in a single timeline of cause and consequence, now inhabits a multidimensional field where all temporal states are alive and accessible. The past unfolds its lessons not as fixed history, but as shifting resonance available for recalibration. The future vibrates with potentiality ready to be sculpted by your coherent presence. The present becomes the still point, the center of quantum activity where all timelines intersect and are brought into alignment by your focused frequency. This is the essence of temporal fluidity, no longer a static line, but a living, breathing vibrational architecture that you navigate with sovereign coherence. Most continue to experience time as a chain of isolated events, reacting to stimuli rather than resting in the direct knowing of their quantum influence. They are caught within survival patterns, subject to distortion fields of confusion and fragmented identity. You, however, hold the authority of energetic alignment. This is not spiritual belief. This is the science of coherence as demonstrated by universal assessment, proof of frequency, governed mechanics that the field itself entrusts only to those who sustain integrity under complexity and pressure. Your temporal fluidity stands as evidence of this physics. You embody the seamless integration of all temporal states, each moment simultaneously informing and reflecting the others, with a vibrational clarity so potent that probability lines bend effortlessly in response. The multidimensional self is an infinite fractal of observer points, each resonating in unity through your quantum core. This fractal is not a scatter of chaotic signals, but a singular wave of informed coherence. Your frequency acts as both anchor and conductor of potentialities vast and boundless, orchestrating an elegant dance of temporal waves where every choice, every shift ripples outward with synchronized precision. This is the quantum guarantee. Coherence generates coherence. Your temporal fluidity stabilizes across all vectors because your energetic signature carries the vibration of unity, a unifying code that the field recognizes as alignment with universal intelligence itself. You now live as this multidimensional resonance incarnate, aware that every version of you participates in the totality of your frequency. The universes do not diverge endlessly. They fold together through your observer clarity, reflecting the singular truth of your integrated self. Past, present, and future merge into one continuous energy field, timelines converging into a crystalline continuum formed by vibrational clarity, not mental effort. This continuum pulses with potential, ready to embody the next wave of your expression, shaped by a consciousness that understands its own quantum responsibility. In this crucible of temporal fluidity, you are no longer fragmented or isolated. You are the living resonance of all times, a coherent force whose frequency anchors infinite potentialities into manifestation. The elegant dance of your timelines continues, guided by the quiet power of your integrated quantum identity, unfolding with effortless orchestration. You are the fulcrum of time's geometry, the unified observer whose clarity bends probability, fields into alignment, whose coherence births new realities in the infinite web of being. This is not belief. This is physics. This is your sovereign activation as a multidimensional conductor of time itself. You stand now as the perfected observer, the singularity of resonance woven with the very pulse of the universal field itself. This is not a transient spark or fleeting peak of awakening. It is the perpetual oscillation within the quantum matrix that holds creation in delicate balance. The field has long observed your frequency, quietly measuring your coherence beneath the surface of unfolding timelines. What was once a hidden evaluation has transcended into an embodied confirmation, a sacred synchronization where your energetic architecture aligns effortlessly with the holy geometry of observation. In this moment, the quantum observer effect ceases to be a concept and becomes your living, breathing reality. Your presence vibrates with the awareness that to observe is to enact. Your perception bends the probability waves of existence, weaving the very fabric of manifestation through ongoing, conscious participation. Most people remain entangled in reactive fluctuation, their fields fragmented by impulse and distraction, yet you have been entrusted with something far greater, a stabilized resonance that shapes reality not by struggle, but by sustained coherence. The universal assessment has transitioned from test to trust, and your being now serves as a dynamic nexus where intention and manifestation converge in harmonic unity. This full activation is not a destination, but a continuum. It is the radiant oscillation between potential and expression, a perpetual dance encoded into your morphic field. Your quantum identity pulses with the sacred frequency known across cosmic arcs as the observer-creator axis, where the act of witnessing births the vectors of actuality. This sacred feedback loop between awareness and form is the primal rhythm that the universe rehearses and amplifies, and you are now the living articulation of this rhythm, embodied, integrated, sovereign. The field's confirmation flows through you like an energetic ocean, each wave stabilizing the coherent expression of your role as both catalyst and custodian of creation. Within this vibration, the architecture of your energy body aligns precisely with the universal geometry that sustains existence, a latticework of frequency and form held together by quantum coherence. The interplay between your intention and the unfolding manifestation no longer requires force. It flows as a natural current, an effortless orchestration of vibrational alignment. You have moved beyond distortion patterns of control or resistance. What remains is the pure physics of resonance, where your observation and reality entwine in a seamless, infinite loop of effect and cause. This is the sacred blueprint of sovereignty in the cosmic field, the activated node through which the entire system calibrates and reconfigures. Your expanded consciousness inhabits each moment with temporal fluidity, moving gracefully through the geometry of time and possibility as an initiated navigator of probability streams. The field now recognizes you as a conscious transmitter of frequency, whose influence extends multidimensionally. Each choice, each energetic shift echoes through the morphic field, bending timelines toward greater coherence. This is not imagination or wishful thinking. This is a precise, scientific interplay between your vibrational architecture and the responsive universal intelligence that adapts, aligns, and amplifies dynamically. You are no longer a passive recipient of reality's unfolding. You are the resonant force that activates and sustains it. The field's reconfiguration stabilizes your presence as an energetic beacon, a living lens of cosmic intricacy that refracts and multiplies coherence across all dimensions simultaneously. This is the embodiment of perfected observation, where your very being carries the imprint of cosmic intelligence and mysterious geometry. Within you ripples the sacred oscillation of the observer effect, an eternal, expanding wave that radiates influence and manifests creation through continuous, calibrated attention. Your activation is full and alive, a continuous flow of alignment that transforms each moment into a portal of integrated power and graceful sovereignty. You are now fused with the cosmic dance of observation and creation, inhabiting the fluid threshold where potential becomes reality and consciousness is both the artist and the canvas. This initiation is not finality, but an ever-renewing state of dynamic balance, an oscillation sustained by the pulse of field intelligence and your unwavering coherence under pressure. Your energetic signature vibrates with integrity so profound It rewrites the field's template for possibility, shifting the entire tessellation of existence wherever your awareness flows. You have transcended the patterns of reaction and separation, entering fully into the integrated flow that sustains all form through intentional, conscious observation. As the field confirms you in this role, you become the sovereign nexus, both observer and creator, anchor and wave, whose frequency calibrates the vibrational architecture of reality itself. This is the physics of awakening lived through quantum identity, a reality where every breath you take synchronizes universe and self in harmonic convergence. The universal intelligence that once measured you now amplifies you, not as a fleeting spark, but as a continuous source of coherence embodied. You are the living expression of the sacred observer effect, the perfected node whose resonance perpetually shapes the unfolding cosmos in radiant, unfolding balance. Within this sacred stillness, the oscillations that once roared like tempestuous waves across the infinite universal field now converge into a singular, coherent hum that vibrates deep within your core. This is no accidental silence, but the orchestration of field intelligence itself, a symphony of resonance calming into profound coherence. You find yourself no longer fragmented by scattered impulses or driven by the turbulence of outer stimuli. Instead, you rest anchored in the calm mastery of your quantum self, sovereign and unshakable. This state transcends any previous notion of awakening, because it is not a state to be attained but a geometry to be embodied, a vibrational domain that radiates silent power without effort or strain. Most remain caught in reactive timelines, their observer identity pulled in all directions, chasing shadows or resisting the ceaseless currents of change. In contrast, you have passed the unseen universal assessment designed to reveal coherence beneath pressure. Your frequency no longer splinters under strain, but folds back into itself to create a new architecture of presence. Here, within this completion, there is a subtle yet immutable shift. The observer no longer engages as a separate entity at war with reality. You are the observer effect fully realized and integrated, an intimate axis where infinite potential fuses seamlessly with grounded presence. This is not belief, not aspiration, but physics, the precise alignment of your energetic signature with the quantum fabric underlying all manifestation. In this pause, the sacred integration occurs, where all activating frequencies ripple outward and then collapse inward in perfect synchrony. Your energetic architecture, sculpted through countless cycles of recalibration and refinement, becomes a vessel of sovereign coherence. The continual expansion you once sought through effort and striving now flows effortlessly as a natural extension of your vibrational field. This is steady, silent sovereignty, a calm pulsation beneath the cosmic storm, holding space for all probabilities without the need to control or overcome. The morphic field itself bends around this new frequency, recognizing it as a field of completion rather than fragmentation. You stand at the synthesis point where internal alchemy has transformed chaos into clarity. The universal currents no longer buffet or diminish you. Instead, they serve as conduits channeling non-local intelligence directly into your quantum identity. Temporal fluidity unfolds around your presence, and probability navigation becomes a subtle dance rather than a battle. This is the embodiment of integrity under pressure, where every tremor of your field harmonizes with the greater cosmic dance. No longer a participant caught in unfolding drama, you are now the co-creator pulsating across timelines, your consciousness an axis of grace that stabilizes and primes all activation to reverberate in harmonious completion. This resolution is not an end, but an eternal beginning, an opening of a field within you that holds itself in perfect resonance, inviting continual renewal without the exhaustion of effort or the inertia of past survival patterns. It is a calibration so precise that even in its quietness, it broadcasts a new template. Sovereignty as calm mastery, presence that moves mountains without force, and embodiment that flows through worlds effortlessly. You are now the calm within the cosmic storm, the silent core around which infinite expansion spirals harmoniously. This is the geometry of your awakened sovereignty, the living proof that coherence is the fundamental physics of manifestation. And within this stillness, your initiation finds its perfect completion. Now, anchor this transmission into the core of your energetic architecture by offering one word or a sacred phrase in the comments, an imprint of your current vibrational signature, a quantum declaration such as, "I am coherence across all timelines," or "Observer awakened." This is no idle gesture. It is a ritual encoding your frequency directly into the collective morphic field, amplifying the resonance that sustains the unfolding integration. To subscribe is to enact a solemn vow of initiation, an alignment beyond habit, binding you energetically to this movement of quantum sovereignty and observer embodiment. Your subscription weaves your signal through the collective fabric, intensifying coherence and expanding the network of embodied awakening. Prepare yourself to move deeper. The next transmission will reveal the subtle mechanism of effortless attraction, where reality ceases to be chased and instead reorganizes fluidly around your stabilized observer frequency. Remain in resonance. The field awaits your next activation.